Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. I'm in Tustin, the new industrial park. And last time I flew in, there's a plane flying by right now, I could see that they opened the park. They took the fence down. So I go, I'm going to go walk there this week. So lucky you guys. The next shoe is about to drop. And we're going to cover that in today's video. Before I get into it, please, as always, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Sign up for Christmas in May because we've had thousands of people sign up for this already. This is amazing. So if you want your company to be represented and you want to donate anything, we got a week left to do that. So join us. A lot of people are signing up. We're going to be updating the sign up website so you'll be able to see that. Go to christmasinmay.com if you're interested in that. Now, let's get right into it. We are seeing something unprecedented right now that's kind of going under the radar unless you've been affected by it, and that is that insurance companies are starting to limit policies. They're stopping writing policies. People are having difficulty getting life insurance right now. It's become a problem. People are having difficulties getting homeowners insurance, and some renters policies are having difficulty. Auto insurers, they're not writing certain auto insurance policies right now anymore, and this is happening all over. So this has been catastrophic because what started all this was I got a great story sent to me out of the UK where people had motorcycle insurance, and 140,000 people with motorcycle insurance all of a sudden one day woke up and they didn't have insurance coverage anymore. Okay, well, it's kind of odd. Well, the company was having nothing but problems and wasn't paying claims, delayed on claims, and eventually went out of business. Okay, MCE, they're still in business, but they weren't writing the motorcycle policies. So this was sent to me, and it brought me to California. Now, here's the thing about this, which I didn't know all this until I started researching this, and you can read the stories below. California has the largest number of uninsured drivers. We have the largest number of illegal drivers. We have the largest number of auto accidents. We have the most amount of drivers in the country. I mean, everything across the board, California is number one on everything. And they're not good when it comes to driving and when it comes to auto policies. Well, here's something that's interesting. During the pandemic, they were not allowed to raise our insurance rates. Okay, that's good. Now, people like me, they said, hey, you're not driving. I actually got refunded auto insurance money. Hey, your premium's been refunded. You're going to get 2 months more free. All this crazy stuff that happened during that time because we really weren't driving and, was shooting videos from the house and things like that back then. But this is now to the point that they couldn't raise rates during this time for people. So even if you had coverage, people like State Farm, Allstate couldn't raise, the amounts on policies, couldn't raise premiums. Geico closed all their offices in California, just shut them down and stopped writing policies in California. They have online, and you can buy policies online, but there's no Geico office in California. Kemper, that my friend works for, is no longer writing commercial policies right now. There's a holding period. This is crazy. This is getting to the point that people don't realize how serious this is going to be, but the financial problems with these companies, that's why they're doing this. They're having major claims and major problems. They're not doing this just to have a breather because they're busy with paperwork. They're doing this because they're upside down financially right now, and they're not making money, and they're paying out too much. Great stories below about, over 100,000 people that United Insurance stopped writing policies in Florida because of the claims in Florida. Now, Florida, you have natural disasters and there's all these different things that can happen. But I know people, and I've had dozens of people that have written me and said, Dan, my homeowner's insurance went up 200%. My homeowner's insurance went up $500. This is something that people just cannot afford. And they've had no claims. They're not in a bad area. There's nothing but guilt by association. If you're with an insurance company that has major losses, you're going to feel those losses right now. It's just that simple. So it's a matter of time until this just gets worse. So beware. The insurance men and women that I've talked to have said, check your policy, make sure it's active, make sure everything's in good standing, because a lot of people don't get written notices. I get all the written notices, just like my credit card statements. Everything from the insurance company comes with a written notice. And my insurance man, Scott, is always like, okay, Grandpa, I'll send it to you in the mail, okay? Which is fine, it's the way it should be, but that's how I prefer it. And there's no problems with that. And I have my, files with everything. And you should too. But this is concerning, because what's gonna happen if the debt crisis doesn't get resolved? You're gonna see some of these people go out of business. And you have to look at this as a whole. The global economy is off right now. There's nothing that's going to miraculously make Home Depot have more business. These insurance companies have less pain. This is going to only get worse and get escalated. But when insurance people say, hey, you should talk to your insurance man and make sure you still have coverage, we should all be concerned about that right now. So take a look at this, look at your insurance coverage, but this is the next shoe to drop, is going to be the insurance industry. And so many people have been victimized by high rates, these policies that have just, they don't want to pay out on claims, they're delaying claims, bad service, everything. Now, I just had a miraculous, thing happen with the Prius, got the catalytic converter stolen, and they fixed it, in 2 days they fixed the car. Now, I don't know if it's because it's Dan, but sure was lucky that they found the parts and got it done so quickly. But share your thoughts on this so far. Let's talk about our sponsor, Ageless Body from BioTrust. Turmeric has been around for thousands of years. The benefits has been used by countries like China, India, and the Middle East for centuries now. The advantage to it is that it can help you with everything from hair health, nail health, eye health, joint pain, but most importantly, it's good for inflammation, which is why I take it. Ever since I started working out, it has made wonders in my feet and in my joint pain. It's just gone right now. So look at agewithdan.com to save 51% off the regular price. They've got a product that's absolutely amazing, and there have been over 2,000 peer studies on turmeric. When I was in the medical space, I had so many people that were doing different med tech items and biotech products that were turmeric based, but the advantage to BioTrust is that they have a product that absorbs 4,500% stronger than regular turmeric does. So take a look at it today. The benefits are amazing. I take mine at lunch every day, and I just told the company I need more right now. So order it today. Go to agewithdan.com. Take advantage of the savings as an iAllegedly subscriber. It's definitely worth looking at, but look at Ageless Body today. There's a great article below about how insurance rates in Southern California are not going down. In fact, they're going up, and people are concerned about that. And everybody needs to look at this. And it's ridiculous because, no one cares what happens to their neighbor. Let's be honest, okay? Well, my neighbor's got it bad. I don't care. They're paying more. That's okay. I have to pay more. Wow, that's unfair. Okay, I didn't do anything. But California as a whole has all these losses. You're going to start seeing states like Texas, states like Illinois, okay, that have major crime and major problems, have that get escalated. You're going to see New York have the same problem, where crime is going to be an issue because of the problems with autos, auto insurance, claims, uninsured motorists, and things like that. I want to also talk about something that happened a couple days ago, and that was the fake Prince Harry and Yoko Ono saying that they were chased for 2 hours. I want you to understand how fake that is, because number one, in New York, if there was a high-speed chase, you don't think that would make the news? You don't think that if this guy was covered for 20 minutes and there was a high-speed chase in a taxi, that they would not have that on the news live 24, around the country. That would be live. So I don't believe this guy for a second. Okay? I don't believe him for a second. So share your thoughts on that one. Again, irrelevant, invisible, unimportant. And he'll go back to the UK once she dumps him. Remember that. I'm going to be the first to say that. Okay? That's how this one's going to work out. Mommy, oh, mom's gone, Daddy, can I come back? No. Anyways, I'm getting off topic here. So, people are in debt to their eyeballs, and it's interesting because we got the latest numbers from the credit card bills. There's almost $1 trillion in personal credit card bills right now as of the end of the year. Now here's what's disturbing. This is the disturbing number. $986 billion is owed right now. That's not the bad part, guys, okay? The bad part is that we don't have the numbers for the first quarter yet. And the problem with this is that normally people go and they buy things at the holidays and spend more money at the end of the year. They travel, they go visit family, go do things like that. And then they come out of their, shopping coma in January and February and start to pay their bills off. And by the end of the first quarter, end of March, they pay everything off, okay? And this time, that's not gonna happen. This time, it's actually gonna go up. And they're concerned that when this number gets released in the next week, that it's gonna be over $1 trillion. $1 trillion owed on people's credit cards, going the wrong direction. So once again, you're going to see everybody and their brother, okay, retract and make changes as far as the way that financing is done and the way that business is done, because you can get caught out to dry, you can get hung up, you can be the one that doesn't get paid, but it's not going to be me. That's how businesses are going to start taking this. Simon wrote me a great letter about how he's buying a home loan. He's buying a home, and they came to him and they said, listen, we'll give you the loan. If guy has perfect credit. Guy literally sent me pictures of his perfect credit score, okay? And the bank told him that they would they would write the loan if he got rid of his existing credit card. Get rid of your credit card and we'll give you the home loan. Why? What, you don't think I'm responsible? I'm the most responsible person you've ever met. And once again, this is insulting, to say the least. What, I can't have a credit card? Well, I got a question for you. He closes the credit card, gets the home loan, and then reopens the credit card. Is that going to invalidate the loan? Who knows? But this is the type of thing that you're seeing right now. Heidi wrote me and said something that was absolutely crazy. And she went to a doctor's office. And when she went in for, to see the doctor and for her examination, they said, hey, the doctor would like to videotape this today. She said, excuse me? And she said, Dan, have you ever heard of this? And again, she didn't get into specifics of what kind of doctor it was, what she was there for, nothing. I know none of that stuff. But for them to sit there and say they want to videotape a doctor's appointment, what is the point of that? And she said, well, listen, don't worry about this. If there's anything uncomfortable, if you have to undress, he'll clearly turn the camera off then. Huh? What are you talking about? So for all you professionals out there, because I've asked local people and people I know and nurses, what are you talking about videotaping this? For what reason? So if you had a patient that was a headache that complained and said that she was treated poorly, or you're always mean to me, or something like that, that would be reason to do something. But usually the reason for that is to have somebody, a second person in the room. But to have two people in the room and videotape that, you guys ever heard of that? Ever, 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 ever. Okay, just want to save it. Okay, come on. I mean, again, if you undress, we'll turn the camera off. What? Hello. Share your thoughts on this stuff. Once again, guys, I am telling you, this financial debacle, this Jenga game of finances, world global finance, is upside down, and you're going to see things be completely different 6 months from now. We're living through history right now. Raphael Bostic, one of the presidents of the Fed, said, hey, wait. I don't want you guys to start talking about lowering interest rates. Who said we're going to lower interest rates? You know, you should look at all of 2023 with the interest rates where they're at or higher. He used or higher. And I don't think we would start to lower interest rates until the end of 2024. So the article's below on that. But once again, well, is it good? Is it bad? Is it going to spur lending? Is it not going to spur lending? You know. Share your thoughts. Let me know. This is just too much, guys. It really, really is. And, you know, all this stuff, you know, people write me and, you know, tell me things like, hey, you're behind on the EV cars and they're so great. And this person sent me a blog that was written by an individual who's an EV car guy. So he wrote an EV blog about how great EV cars, and it's like, I don't know, me writing a blog about how great Dan is. You know, it's kind of funny. It's like, okay, well, there's not going to be any insults there. And I highlighted a couple things and sent him back, and he just wrote back these scathing things, which was funny, about how uneducated I am, and you guys are all a bunch of rubes because you're not driving your EV cars. And I responded with a story about how there was a bus crash, and it caught on fire, and it was an EV car. And he said 0.03% of all, you know, accidents are electric vehicles, and nobody wants to look at that. And man, oh man, the problem with it is that when these cars crash, they're incredibly expensive to fix. I have not seen anybody get into an accident with an EV car that has sent me anything that has not been, hey, Dan, can you believe this fender bender cost $8,000? Can you believe the Rivian that cost $42,000? You know, what about a bus fire? What's that going to look like? It's going to be a mess right now. So share your thoughts on this. And he also was furious that I sent back the highlighted comment where it said, if you have an EV car, you don't have to drive to get gas. You can basically charge at your house. So there's no driving to get gas. You're not wasting that time or that energy. I won't give you his first name because I won't dignify it, because he's going to be, but you're a bunch of rubes because you guys don't have an EV car. Remember that. Once again, how do you go out and say, hey, I'm sick of the car industry? Like the man yesterday, and I forgot his name off the top of my head, who went out and bought a $2,000 car. I just need a new car. Okay? I'm not going to do this. There's no $2,000 EV cars right now. Show me those right now. Now this park is on the old Marine base. That is LTA, the old lighter than air Marine base, where they used to have the blimps, and you can see the blimp hangars that were there. They used that to film things like Pearl Harbor was part of this, that was filmed there, and a bunch of different movies. They've never torn down those buildings because they've determined that they're historical, and they're the two world's largest plywood structures. So kind of cool, you know, it's really neat. But a couple things. Yesterday, I got a story sent to me about New Jersey. And Hillside, New Jersey, there was a mobile gas station that got robbed 5 times in 3 days. 5 times in 3 days. And the robberies just kept getting more and more brazen because, you know, they would rob the gas station, then finally they came out with guns. You can read the article. It's just got crazier and crazier. Finally, the last one was the robbers tried to carjack people, and the people got away from the carjacker. But this is the craziness that we're living through right now, guys. This is absolute insanity that you have 5 robberies in 3 days for a gas station. So when does it end? When do you sit there and say, it's too much? Now, a couple days ago in Tustin, where I'm at right now, at the district, which is the shopping center that the Marine base is built on, there's a jewelry store there. And there was a strong arm robbery with a smash and grab, component to it. It's not a big deal. I mean, you hear about that all the time across the country. The big deal about this is that the lead of the robbers, the head guy, 20 years old. The other people were like 16 and 17. They were children robbing this jewelry store. Smash, grabbed a bunch of jewelry, over 200 grand, like $216,000 worth of jewelry they grabbed. They took off, but the Tustin police, because they don't have much to do, they're nice people, and they were on top of it right away. So they got to these guys and chased them to a city called Westminster. To give you an idea, it's like 4 cities away. They went down the 405 freeway. It was early enough a day when the 405 freeway didn't have any traffic. But the robbers ended up crashing the car into a fire hydrant and taking off on foot. And they went into homes, and they eventually got caught, and they got all the jewelry. But this is where it's at. This is where it's heading, guys. 16-year-old kids robbing jewelry stores right now. What is going on in the world? 5 robberies in 3 days. This is gonna get worse, guys. This is not going to get better. So protect yourself, know your environment when you're out, be very safe. I made the mistake, took my daughter to the airport. I had all these stories to go through one morning, and it was very early, and I never do this, and I was so upset with myself that this happened that I was sitting in my car and went to a donut shop, got a coffee, and was sitting there and going through stories, and the person walked up and tapped on the window, and I went, "What?" And she opened the door, and I'm like, "Oh man, if she would have been a killer, I would have been dead from that." But stupid, and that was stupid on my part. So always protect yourself, always know your surroundings, lock your doors, make sure you're safe, and just a homeless woman looking for food and money, and it's getting worse out there. It's not getting better. And you tell some good stories. You'll like this one. I had 2 people write me, "Hey, you need to give us some good news right now. The economy is in a tough spot right now. There are a lot of retired people out there that don't have a care in the world, literally don't have a care in the world, because their income's set, they're loaded, they've got their houses paid off, they've got everything paid off, okay? And they don't have to worry about this. The rest of us are worried about crime. The rest of us are worried about everything happening. Now, this industrial park, great story here. They built this, and it was completed in 2019. They wanted my medical company to have events here. And the problem with it was I went to the management company, and they're like, "Okay, we want to do a mixer. Let's start there. We won't do the big event." And this building right there. And you had to go through the real estate company, and the real estate agents were so lazy and would not return phone calls. 3-4 days. And I'm like, "Hey, we have a date. If you guys want to do this, I need to talk to somebody, and we need to get this worked out." They set up a food court inside this place that was way too early, and everything started to fail. People didn't shop here. People didn't come here. This park that I'm walking in, think about it, it's 2023 and the park finally got open. Now you can blame COVID for that, but you can build a park outside and not have it affect anything in the world. So that was a bogus excuse. But this place has just been a disaster. They built this beautiful office building, big glass walls, and nobody's in there yet. So it's a disaster. But you're going to see more and more commercial space like this go down for the count before it gets fixed. Just look at this. The paint, now it's already peeling off that thing. That's brand new, guys. It's a couple years old. One of those eclectic designs, and it's not doing well. It would be a cool place if you could have an event here, because you could basically have free parking. You could get people here. This is a safe neighborhood. And all the things you worry about, because you got the 55 freeway, you got the 405 freeway, just like the robbers took off on. It's freeway close. You got the airport. So if I wanted to have a speaker come in, I could have the speaker land, and the airport is 3 off-ramps away. So it's great. But once again, nothing is working normally like that. Nothing. Economic Ninja invited me to speak at an event in September and be part of it, which I'm going to do. But people are making changes because the one thing I'm good at is filling a room full of people. When I start talking to people, I say, "No, why are you having your event in Wichita? Why are you having it here?" And not something desirable. So have it in Southern California, have it in Las Vegas, have it in something desirable that somebody would want to go to that's not cold. Okay? It's that simple. People like the beach, people like warmth, people like to hang out and enjoy themselves. San Diego's another good spot. LA, you got crime up in LA. Stay away from that. So, anyways, okay? Share your thoughts on all this stuff so far. I'm going to end this video with these last few stories. And the first one is, man, oh man, have I won the Netflix scam email and text message lottery lately. The latest one was this one. Hi, dear. Okay, not hi, Dan. Hi, dear. Okay. Hello, baby. What do you want? Your Netflix account. You need to contact us. You need to click here and give us all your personal information so we can destroy your life. Oh, okay, guys. Don't click on these things. They're fake. They're scams. Okay. Dawn, who's an amazing contributor, sent me a great story from her Chase Bank. Hey, Dawn, you haven't updated your income in 11 months. Why don't you send over what your new income is and we'll give you 1,000 points? No. No, income hasn't changed. So please understand, guys, this is the kiss of death when you do this. Yeah, I'm only making 16,000 now. Goodbye, click, ratchet down. But this will help us determine if you're in line for more credit increases. No. Don't do it. Try not to, okay? The next thing is an AI robot picked stocks better than the stock pickers did, and it made more money since they started using it. You can read the story below, but it's funny. Get some serious financial advice right now from an expert who has seen the economic downturn, who's seen 2008, who has seen 2001. If you could see that and everything that happened, the dot-com situation in 2000, 2001, talk to them, okay? Please don't forget to always like the video. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification. Sign up for Christmas in May. And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon.